Hey everybody, what's up? We got the one and only Ashley Smith in the house. Anchor woman, news lady, mother. She even helped her daughter skip school today, y'all.
She's not feeling well, okay. Terrible.
Hey, we don't need school. No, I'm playing.
Right.
Anyway, it's been a long time.
Yes.
It's been a long time. But in that time, you had a lot of different challenges going on with your mom and taking care of her. And, I guess I'm putting you on the spot, but this time of season, in the holiday season, grief seems to magnify with individuals. I mean, what do we need to, what can people do to kind of cope with this in this season?
Man, honestly, I'm walking through it kind of new myself.
Yeah.
So I think I told you my dad passed last year, last July, and then my mom passed this August.
Yes.
So it is very new for our family.
Wow.
I mean, I think we're just trying to navigate things as best as we can. I'm blessed that I have, a great brother
Yes.
who we've been walking through this together, and obviously, his family, my family, like, very close knit. And so I'm blessed by that, because if I didn't have that and it's just me going through it, I don't even know.
Yeah.
So I think during this time of the people that have gone through tremendous loss and they have nobody that understands, because people don't always know what to say.
Right, exactly.
Have you noticed that?
You can just say nothing. Sometimes you can just sit there and say
I'm just
nothing.
here for you.
Or talk about something not even related to
Right.
the situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one thing I've learned through this, is the commentary can sometimes be a little off.
Yeah, especially church folk. God needed a flower for his garden. So she a flower now. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what is that? God, the creator of all, can't make a flipping flower?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That makes absolutely no sense to me.
No.
Oh, if you was a real Christian, you wouldn't cry. Zetas even wept.
That's right.
And the crazy thing is that I don't understand why people act like, oh, she's in a better place, or he's in a better place. The problem is not where they are.
Yes.
The problem is where they are not.
That's
or
right.
For Negroes, where they ain't.
That's
You
right.
understand?
That's right.
That's the problem. They're not here to share the joy. They're not here to be with me when I'm having challenges. They're not here to take care of my child who's skipping class.
Oh, that poor baby. And she's not even in here right now to defend herself.
I'm sorry.
She's going to get a
I'm sorry.
snack.
We're gonna take care of her though. I'm not gonna be the Grinch. I'm not gonna be the Grinch that stole Christmas. we have a good time. I have a skip tomorrow. We're gonna skip tomorrow.
She going tomorrow?
Might well just ride all the way out. Instead of being out on Thursday and not riding out on Friday.
Might as well just stay out Friday.
Hey, let's make it 5-day weekend.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But no, seriously, back to our topic. It's a challenge, and sometimes you just gotta laugh about stuff.
You have to. I mean, it really is the only way, is to go back to the good times, the good memories.
Yeah.
We actually, at my church, my best friend runs like a grief class, like monthly.
Yeah, the grief share.
And I mean, that has been phenomenal, because like you're in the class with other people going through it, and then like you're learning strategies and things that will help you. So like one of the things that she talks about is like doing little things that help you to feel like they're still kind of there.
Yeah.
And so a couple of things that I started doing, so I have like these bracelets on, and each bracelet kind of means a little something. So like the purple one represents my dad.
Yeah.
This pink one represents my mom. And then I have another pink one that I wish I had found it last year, like to know to do this. And I didn't find it until this year, but this bracelet came as a set. And so I was able to put the other bracelet on my mom, when she passed. So now that's on her, and I wear this one. So like, it's a little, people frustrating you, just kind of rub the
Right,
you rub the bracelet a little bit. So that's been really nice.
That's awesome.
Also, and I don't know if you do this with your phone, but you can set your phone to like put up random pictures of people every time you look at it.
Oh, wow.
And so I have like my kids, my husband, my brother, sister-in-law, and then my parents.
Wow.
And so I don't know who's going to be a picture of when I pick the phone up, but
Wow.
like it almost seems like in the right moments,
Yeah,
I'll
come on.
pull up the phone and it'll be a picture of my mom or a picture of my dad, like
Wow.
when I needed to see it,
Yeah.
you know. And you could say, well, it's just your phone doing that, but I think there is a reason in everything.
Right.
So that has been helpful for me to just have those couple of moments where when I needed you, even though I know you're not physically here, it's like that reminder, like, I'm still here, I'm still playing a role in your life and in your journey, even though we're not physically present.
Yeah. Like you said, some people might say it's just a phone. It don't matter if it's just a phone. And this is what people grieving need to know. Don't feel bad or don't let nobody tell you how to grieve or how you need to do it. So she has a unique way, you find your own unique way.
Yeah.
And one thing I hate is when someone loses someone and people message them and they get mad that they didn't message back.
Right.
Like, do you know how many people probably messaging people at the time, especially right when it happened?
Yes.
Now, after a while, it stops. But in the midst of it, how many, and it's, sometimes you just can't find the energy. I'm a pastor, so people always, first of all, I don't know how some of y'all get my number. So if I don't answer you, I ain't feeling bad.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I ain't give you my number no way. So, but you have to, when you're grieving, you have to learn how to put up boundaries because you can't answer everyone. You're the one that's grieving, not them. Yeah. And sometimes people always want to be able to say, oh, she texted me, I text. They have to sit up there and call each other. Oh, she texted me back. Oh, she didn't text you back, but she texted me back. Oh, man, I'm more important than you, blah, blah, blah. And people will use that as some type of daggone competition for their own ego, their own cycle, whatever they're going through.
Right.
And so you have to, in grief, put up boundaries and only talk to people that give you the ability to be you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's absolutely right.
I tell that to everybody. Even when I talk to Sheriff. Sheriff, you throw my name out there, so I'm gonna throw yours out there. So Sheriff, he lost his brother about 2 weeks ago. And I was about to ask him for something. I said, oh man, I forgot his brother died. I'm not gonna bother him right now. You know, I text him to see if he okay. And then, you know, he texted back a couple of days later and said, man, I'm sorry. I ain't get back with you right away. I said, man, look, I know what's going on. And I said, look, this is what you need to do. I know you the sheriff. And sometimes you don't know how to put up boundaries. Right. You understand? You know how to lock people up, but no. But seriously though, you have to create those boundaries. So I say, I'm letting you know you have permission not to answer the phone when people call.
Right.
Not to answer when they text. He just thanked me for that because he was like, you're right. He said, people be like, why ain't hit you back? Why ain't hit you back? Are you okay? And keep doing it over and over again. Yeah. But that overwhelms you. You understand? Anyway, I don't know why I got on that because I just had to get on boundaries because some people don't know how to put them up and some people don't know how to respect them.
And I think that's good. I mean, I think that's a good conversation to have because there's so many people that like have not been through this. Yeah, I mean, and thank God. Like, I hope it's a long time before you have to go through it. Yes. But you know, folks say keep on living.
Right. That's what old people say.
Exactly. So, but I've realized that there are just a lot of people that they just don't know the etiquette because they've never been there. They don't realize what you need, what you don't need. They just have no idea. And then, honestly, just because I've been through something doesn't mean I know what you need in your moment of grief.
Right.
So I think it's, I'm learning to give people grace in that maybe you don't understand, maybe you think you're doing the right thing. I think I'm at that place now where I'm trying to kind of come out of myself and out of my feelings, as challenging as that may be, and say, you know what, a lot of people just don't get it. And even if they think they get it, they still don't get it.
Yeah.
And you know, you do have to be the person that says, I appreciate your heart in this, and I'm going to go off of the assumption that you're not trying to frustrate me, you're not trying to hurt me.
Right.
So let me not jump to that conclusion straight off. But I do think more conversations like this, even if it's just, you know, reaching one person that the light bulb cuts on and says, you know what, I didn't go the right way with this person who I knew that was going through grief. Let me go and try to fix, or let me just do better moving forward, you know? So the conversations need to be had, and they're not ever easy to have, but I do think that if we keep avoiding them, we never get better when it comes to being there for each other in whatever capacity that is and whatever that looks like, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about, you know, you lost your mom. And not even with just grief with losing someone, I realized with me, my brother, he's in jail. And I don't condone killing anybody, but I do understand a young man, he had fired because the young man had drugs in one of his cars. My brother owned a luxury fleet of Ubers, and also he had a parking lot cleaning business where he had trucks and vehicles. So this one young man had drugs in the car and got arrested, and the truck got impounded. So my brother, of course, fired him, and the man came to the house, threatened to kill him. First of all, he had already said he coming over there, and the son said, "No, don't come to my house. Stay where you are." He said, "No, I'm coming to kill you, your mom, and your daddy."
Oh my gosh.
And so the man came, you know, he struggled, he shot him. They said I guess he should have stayed in the house. I'm like, I ain't letting you come to my house. I mean, again, I ain't condoning violence, but I ain't never seen the military let nobody come into base, then take care of them. You're not coming in my house. I'm sorry. Again, I don't condone violence, but at the end of the day, you got to protect yourself. And so anyway, long story short, the young man died, and he ended up going to jail. But I know around like holidays, be different. 'Cause I don't really see my family as much as I used to, except around the holidays. Cause I'm in Virginia and they in Atlanta still. So I might see them, of course, Mother's Day. I'm gonna go there. I see them Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, and then, you know, they come up here for New Year's.
Yeah.
And so that's when I usually see them now, as far as my immediate family. And so now, you know, I know I'm not gonna see my brother. Well, you know, I go and I see him, and now we can visit. Cause at first we couldn't visit because COVID, and they used COVID all the way to 2024, child.
Wow. Okay.
COVID in our mind was over, but the jails were like, one particular place was like, no visitors. And so we never really saw him like twice on the video call, for those first 3 years. Now he's somewhere where we can actually visit him. So I've seen him more this year than I saw him in like 3 years. So anyway, so now when I can actually go see him, but at first I couldn't see him, and even though he was alive, it was still a lot of grief. And even now, you know, he can't come to the cookouts. He can't come to the celebrations, you know. And again, you know, I don't condone anyone taking a life, but in self-defense, I ain't really understand that one. But it's grieving, but to have lost your mother, to have lost a father 2 years in a row, I can't imagine, because I have grief now, and my brother's still alive. You know, one day he'll get out, you know, Lord willing, you know, and we'll be able to, you know, talk or whatever again. But I just don't understand. And then, you know, some people, I might laugh and joke about something. Some people might be like, "Oh, why are you joking about that?" But I mean, that's my way of coping with my brother. If he don't get mad, don't worry about it. You know, so it's everybody gets through that grief in different ways. Me, I joke about stuff. When I'm preaching, I'm nervous. I'm 100% nervous every time, because people don't believe this, but I'm an introvert. So getting in front of folk be stressed. I joke, and then once I get into it, I zone out, and I'm good. But in the beginning, it's like, you know, like to text you to ask you to come, he take me $1 million. I'm like, he be like, "Man, go on, ask her." Man, I'm like, "Man, I'm finna ask her." I don't like. It's hard for me to ask him certain stuff. So he's like, "Oh yeah, let's go." I'm like, "Okay, cool." You know what I'm saying? But it takes energy for me to do it, because that's just not me. Once I'm out there, I'm good. Like, we cool now, we vibing. It's, you know, it's good. But anyway, it's just, everybody goes through things their own different way. So the way you deal with one person one way, that don't mean you're going to deal with the next person the same way.
Right.
So just understand that. Be sensitive to people when they're going through grief. We're going to be sensitive to you. And also, I need you to understand this. No matter what you've done, no matter what you're going through, please, please, please don't ever harm yourself or take your life. This is the time where suicide is the highest around the holiday seasons. And so we're going to put it's a number on your screen. Please, please, please call that number anytime you feel like you need help. Newbies Grove is here. You can call us. We'll be there as well. We're not professionals, and we'll get you to the number if you can't find anyone. But we definitely want to make sure that you're here and make it through these holidays. Even in the grief, you will find some type of joy, because joy doesn't always mean you happy.
Right.
Joy, you can be sad and still have joy.
Right.
You don't have to be happy to have joy. Joy is knowing that this too shall pass. Joy is knowing that there's always a hope. Joy is knowing that even though I'm sad right now, there's hope for me later, and I know I'll be okay. I don't have to be laughing, ha, 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 to have joy in my heart and know and still have peace even in the midst of my traumatic or trauma.
Yeah, I love that, because I think I've experienced a lot of that. The joy and not the happiness.
Yes.
And it's interesting because, we both of us kind of lead like very front-facing lives,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like whenever you greet somebody, they just expect you to have a smile on your face
Yes.
and for everything to be okay. And that is really a challenge when you're going through, because you want to be that person who is comforted, or you want people to understand that you're dealing with a lot and that things are very heavy, and they don't know how, because you're always the one that is bringing happiness to them.
Yes.
in whatever
Yes.
form. So it's a blessing to be in a space where you can communicate and uplift a lot of people. But there are also those times, and this has definitely been one of those times for me, where you have to exist in this space where you're still you're still bringing similar energy when
Yeah.
it needs to be brought.
Yeah.
But you have to then find this space when you're alone or when you're around the right people
Right.
to just kind of break down.
Wow.
So
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
that's been a new thing for me, and it's just crazy. I mean, you look back at, we're talking about pictures on the phone, and you look back at pictures from a few years ago, and you're like, man, that was a whole different person.
Yeah.
Just because so much life has happened. And I think that we just have to be just so understanding that when life happens to people, they don't have to be the same person that they were before, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Them having a new normal doesn't mean that they're not still your friend, they're not still, your acquaintance or associate or whatever. Just understand that they've been through a lot, and the way in which y'all used to communicate might be a little bit different now.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's not all for nothing, right? Like
Yeah.
there's still a lot of joy, hopefully, in that person. And I do think I still have a lot of joy, even in the midst of the sadness,
Wow.
right? Like that's still going to be something that might be going on for quite a while. And, I have to navigate it. I don't know what it looks like. And I have appreciated all of the, advice and all the things. But you still don't know what that's going to be for
Right.
you personally.
Right.
So I think that's the big thing for me when it comes to grief, is just, you don't have to have a way forward like immediately, right? Like you don't, just because everybody says you should do these things and, you just cry a little bit and then you'll be fine. Like you don't have to, just take it one day at a time.
Yes.
One step at a time.
Wow.
And because the grief too, it hits you in the craziest ways. Like you'll just be driving down the street and a song will come on the radio, or, a thought will pop up into your head, or just the most random times where I've just lost it. It was
Yeah.
good 5 seconds ago.
Right. Wow.
You never know when and how it's going to hit. So that's okay. I always feel like sometimes people think they have to keep you from crying. They have to keep you from being sad in order for them to have done their jobs effectively as someone that loves you. And it's like, no, let me cry, let me be sad, let me just sit in the corner and not talk for a few minutes. And to your point, you're just there.
Yeah.
That's okay too.
Yeah.
It does not have to be some sort of equation that needs to be solved all the time. I think
Wow.
that sometimes that's the best way that you can help somebody going through, is to just be like, I'm here for whatever. I don't know
Right.
what waves are about to come and hit you,
Yes.
but
Yes.
we're on this boat
Yes.
and I'm up here with you, and
Yes.
that's all you need to know.
Wow.
You know?
And that's what I consciously do. Like, sometimes people might ask for prayer. I don't even ask what they want me to pray for sometimes. Just
Yep.
I'm going to pray. If you want to tell me, fine. But if not, I don't have to get into your deep business. And
Right.
sometimes people just want to know, somebody cares and they want to share more, then, I'll listen. But you said two things that got me. One is how when you're not giving it, when you're the person that always helping other people.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times those people, like, even look at Robin Williams, one of the
Yep.
greatest comedians ever. And they talk about how he always lifted up people and helped people and gave people advice. Even Eddie Murphy talked about how he tried to advise him not to do certain things, but, and he ended up killing himself. Because a lot of times people put pressure on themselves to uplift other people, and sometimes people put it on you.
Yep.
And leave it on you.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh man, what's wrong with you today? Nothing. Well, you ain't gonna tell no joke, you ain't gonna do that. I'm like, I don't feel like it. Like, what am I supposed to tap dance for you?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Gonna write me a check. but sometimes you gotta learn how to put those boundaries up, because
Yeah.
people are always looking for you to pull them up. And a lot of times people that's always pulling other people up never have other people pulling them up.
Right.
And a lot of times they end up draining themselves. I look at that movie with the women waiting to exhale.
Mm-hmm.
I be like, they ain't waiting to exhale, they waiting to inhale. They were exhaling the whole time, giving out, but they never had the time to let somebody else allow them to breathe in. And sometimes you have to create those boundaries so you can breathe in, because if you don't do self-care, you can't take care of anyone else.
That's right.
And sometimes even in the midst of our grief, we still trying to help other people. One of the strongest people I ever seen in my life, Reverend Durley, one of my best friends who died of prostate cancer, his dad. In 1.5 years, and not even 2, I didn't say 1.5, less than 2 years, he did the eulogy for his son's father-in-law. He did the eulogy for his son who died. No, then he did the eulogy for his son's wife. She died of cancer. Then he came back and eulogized his son who died of cancer, and then came and eulogized his own wife who died of cancer.
Oh my gosh.
And then he did all that. And then he had cancer. He's healed now, but it was just amazing. I'm like, where do you find it? And so now when I ask him how he's doing, he always say the same answer. He said he's adjusting.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been saying that for about a year, because he always have to adjust, because he don't know when the grief gonna come.
Yep.
He doesn't know when he gonna be happy. He doesn't know when he's gonna have a memory that just, he said he's adjusting. And that's really all of us every day.
Yeah.
Because every day we're going through something. We're going through something good. We're going through something bad. But we're going through something and we're adjusting every day. And what we need to understand is we don't know what tomorrow brings. We just need to make sure we make it through today.
Yeah.
Almost like Alcohol Anonymous. I ain't never been an alcoholic, but I had to go there to as one of my CPE classes for clinical pastoral education. And it's amazing how they just say they making sure they take it day by day.
Yeah.
But that's how we need to do with grief, day by day. Don't worry about, are you going to make it tomorrow? Just make it through today and get to the next day. Because the Bible says, hey, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself.
Yes, it will.
Right? God, and you don't say, give us my whole year bread. We say, give us this day our daily bread. Yeah. So let's just make it through the day, and we're going to be all right. We ain't going to worry about tomorrow. Let's just make it through the day. Now, set your goals, set some things you want to accomplish. But as far as your everyday life, don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. God got you.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And I, would love to add a couple things to that too that I think have been helpful, especially that I just started to try. That I probably should have started this a long time ago, but I did not. So I actually started doing therapy sessions.
Oh wow.
So I mean, again, probably should have been started doing that, but just going through life, you're too busy. You got this, you got that going on, and you don't have time for that.
Yeah.
And just in the last few weeks or so, I was like, you know what, I got to talk to somebody that does not expect anything from me, somebody that doesn't really know me for real.
I got you on that one.
Like, because again, it's almost like this.
That's why I was scared to go to counseling. I'm like, man, too many people know my name.
That's the thing. It's like you got to find somebody. I mean, I started doing like virtual sessions because it's somebody that doesn't even live here. And I was able to just be myself and speak my thoughts and not have to worry about, well, what if they know my family, or what if they know me from work. None of that. So that has been awesome. I just started it, but it's given me an outlet to kind of release some of that stuff so that I can then go back and do all the things I have to do in life, because I have that hour where I could just kind of release and be stronger to go back into the things I have to do. So I would recommend that for people, especially ones that are having trouble with grief and they're just trying to bottle it all up and deal with it themselves. Therapy, counseling, like, it is not expensive. If you have insurance, oftentimes it's covered under insurance. Find out what your options are, because there are people that understand and they've talked through a lot of things with people that are dealing with what you're dealing with. And sometimes just talking to your friends and your family and even church members, everybody means well, but if they don't have the training to really get you through that, then they might be doing more damage than good. So the therapy sessions have been incredible. I highly recommend that when you're dealing with grief. I also would recommend that we start having more conversations about estate planning. I know you and I are big on the financial side, and I think I've just seen so many families that have put on more grief after losing a loved one, because now they have to deal with the financial strain thereafter. And there are just things that we don't know that could have made stuff a whole lot easier for the ones that are still here. And when we don't have those conversations while somebody's still here, you're just adding on to the stress when you leave, right? Like we talk about funeral expenses, and I mean, you see so many people having to use GoFundMes to pay for funerals. What happens when you haven't taken care of what's going to happen to your home and your car? And so you have families that are fighting, bickering over what's left, right? You have phone calls that are coming from, all of the debts that you have. And I'm very, thankful and grateful that I was able to have those conversations, with my mom. As she was in hospice, we started talking about things, and a little bit before that too, and we were able to take care of things. And that the blessing in that has been that when she passed, we were able to just be sad. We did not have to be sad and stressed, right? Because how do we pay for the funeral? How do we pay for the burial? How, what do we do with her house? What do we do with her car? Fighting with my brother. None of that happen, right? But I see it happen all the time with so many families. And so having estate planning conversations, no, it's not fun. No, it's the last thing you want to think about, what's going to happen when I die. I get it, right? Insurance, all these things that we don't want to approach, we have to start talking about them. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. We know not the day nor the hour, right? And we all have a different one. So we have to start having more of these conversations so that everybody is aware of the proper tactics to take, so that the people that you want to have your stuff when you're gone has your stuff, right? we don't talk about it often enough, and I see it play out so many times, and I feel so awful for those families that now have to have these whole separate conversations in the midst of losing that loved one. Like it's just the worst. So talk about those things. They're simple, they're straightforward. They make such a big difference when it comes to when it comes to life going on in that new way, right? Like it's going to have to go on at some point, right? But like if those things aren't lined up, I could not imagine what we would be going through if we had not had a few conversations, took care of a couple of quick things. If we hadn't have done that, where we would be now. So talk about estate planning, y'all. It's so important.
Yeah, well, we definitely do that here.
Yeah.
I do workshops on that. I have people, because I want to make sure they do a will, because I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen them get argued almost at the gravesite about stuff. Not like fist fight, but the tension. And so I always tell people, while you're healthy, do a will so people can know what you want to give them. Because sometimes you don't even know what you want to give somebody. So of course they don't know.
Right.
And no, she would have wanted me to have this coat. No, she would have wanted me to have this car. And they argue, but you need to go ahead and just write down what you need, what you want.
Yes.
Also, you want to make sure you put your power to what you want. Do you want to be resuscitated?
Right.
How long would you want to stay if they put you on life support? Do you want to do that? Because so many families argue, get torn apart about that. Yeah. Man, she wouldn't have wanted to put the plug. Yes, she would have, and nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows but that person, and sometimes that person don't even know.
Right.
So let's just take the time to write all those things out, get someone to help walk you through it. We help you with that. Maxwell Realty does that, and we help walk you through that process, because it keeps the family to be able to just grieve and not fight and bicker, because death brings the best and worst out in people, especially when it comes to things. I mean, I've seen people fighting over a jacket. Can't none of them wow.
They can't even fit it.
First of all, the dude was slim and you big. The jacket not gonna fit you. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, do I even say something? Because it's a pastoral moment, but sometimes dude, you can't even wear the jacket. Does it, fighting over something, but I get it. You want that part, maybe it's a memory, but if they would have just had it written out. So I always try to encourage my members to do that. My two adults, we meet and we have workshops, we have those things. Sometimes we even have it with the whole church here, and I have estate planning people. I have people to teach them about retirement and things of that nature, because one thing that really helps too with grief, what you getting through grief, is having resources.
Yep.
Because I mean, if the person is deceased and you can't bury it, that's why I try to make sure I teach my members. We go through estate planning, because people don't want to talk about death, but one day we gonna all die, even me. I used to think I wasn't gonna die. Literally, when I was a kid, I just knew I wasn't gonna never die. But one day I will. Yeah. And so that's why I had to make sure that I put my will together. It's in a safe deposit box at First Advantage. So if it's there. I need to make sure people know where the key is. Oh, my fault. I need to do that.
I was like, does somebody know?
Nobody know where the key is but me. Hey, I just thought that just right there. Everything there, but they may not be able to get in there. So let me make sure I let y'all know where the key is. I need to make sure you know where the key is.
Oh
okay.
No. Oh no.
Okay, I was prepared almost, but now even I learned. Look at me. I'm even learning on my own podcast. I know this good to you. It's good to me. I sure got the key. I got both of the keys sitting right up on my
Not both of the keys.
I got both of the keys in my house.
What in the
right
world?
On the counter over the microwave.
No, I can't.
Oh God.
I could not.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
I got it right by the communion cabinet. If you cool with me, you know where they are though.
Yeah, right. Somebody will know where to get the key. So I guess that's fine.
They'll know, boy.
Oh, my.
Find a communion. Might not be no unleavened bread there, but my key to my safe deposit.
It's in the safe deposit. Oh
God.
man.
All right.
Wow. Well, yes. So these are important things. Oh
They need to
gosh.
know where the key at. Somebody needs to
Somebody
know
needs a
how to get
key
in there, okay?
to the said yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then also, just gonna add,
Oh, dude, I got both of the keys.
because what?
Ah,
But yes, so also the transfer on death and payable on death documents, man, because I mean, the will absolutely, but that also helped us a ton
Yeah, the
because
banks.
the transfer on death and payable upon death deeds and documents and
Yeah.
stuff, that avoided probate for us.
Exactly.
And I think that's another thing that people may not realize is, you know, yes, absolutely make sure the will is taken care of and that it's official and all those things, but those
The bank.
transfer documents can help to where now the people that you want to have that stuff can get it without the months possibly going through a probate situation. So that's something else to bear in mind. And those are not, I mean, if you have a good lawyer, you know, in the area that like just knows this stuff. I mean, we found one down on the south side that is phenomenal, and we're just able to call them up, and you know, during the time we were able to say like, hey, we need this document, and they met with us, and I mean, it was a quick signature, and they take care of everything, recording it with the city. I mean, everything was handled for us in the midst of everything going on. So, I mean, it was just, again, talking about just kind of taking some of the weight off of yourself like super early because you don't know when someone's going to go. But to be able to say, well, we handled all this a long time ago. So now when it comes to, you know, who gets the house, we don't have to worry about probate trying to figure out who it's supposed to be for and all this stuff like that. It's already recorded with the city. There were no problems. 24 hours later, stuff was handled. I mean, so, you know, and again, it's sometimes, again, it's like you don't want to think about those things because like that's not, you know, that's not the focus right now. The focus is I just lost. Yes, absolutely. The worst of all of this and the big focus of all of this is I just lost my loved one. But at the end of the day, all these little things are going to start to trickle into your hands. And how can you mitigate that up front when things are not sad and stressful? I mean, for us, you know, like, you know, mom was you know, just really having a tough time. And so we had to start talking about that stuff in the midst of knowing like we don't know how much longer we have. And that would be my regret if I had one. I wish that we had these conversations years ago. I mean, my mom, she had breast cancer for 22 years. So it was off and on, you know, she'd go into remission and then it would recur again. And so like we could have had this conversation and we didn't, a lot of us just didn't know that you're supposed to do that, right? But I think that the blessing is that as long as it gets done, you know, while that person is still here at whatever time, as long as it gets to the city's office, you know, that all this stuff is taken care of and good, that's all that matters. So to your point, have these conversations when you're healthy or just whenever you learn about it. When you know better, you do better. And so once you learn these things, take care of that stuff, take care of your family.
But you got to be, and that's where another part of faith comes in too, because some people don't want to talk about death at all.
No.
And that's why, like, let's start talking about wills. Some people are like, like there are some people that get offended because they don't want to deal with it. But then, like you said, the deed and the transfer, different ways to do it. So you don't have to worry about it. It's automatically recorded with the court in the city. Also, you need to understand how to put your bank accounts and who it goes to when you pass away as well, because a lot of times if you do go through probate, you got to have somebody that know what they're doing. And I have a team of people that know what they're doing, because a lot of times the people that sit behind the daggone desk at the bank don't even know what they're supposed to do.
Right.
You be like, hey, we need this. Oh, no, you can't do that. Yes, you can. So some people, they'll say no when they don't know.
They don't.
Just say, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get my manager.
Yeah.
I'm helping somebody at the bank right now. Just say, I don't know, and I'm going to go get my manager when you don't understand something. Just saying no. And see, some people that get up and leave if they don't understand the process.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody that know the process, they'll be like, no, this is what this is, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes the manager may not know, but you'll find eventually somebody going to know.
Right.
That's why you need to know and educate yourself, because sometimes the people that's supposed to know, that's sitting across the desk from you, don't know. And what they will say in their mind to be safe is no, even though the answer is yes. You understand? So please, please, please educate yourself on this. We can help you with this if you need help. Anyway, got you. I know you're looking like it's time. I can see your little thumbs moving.
We're talking too much.
No, there's a certain way he started moving with it. Yeah, how you doing? Every time, maybe it ain't. Maybe it ain't. Hey, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me reading into things. Yeah, you know, it's all good. What time is it? Yeah, see there, I told you. Look at it. He trying to act like this. Yeah, I said, what time is it? He didn't tell me. I said, what time it is? He just said, last words.
Last words? You want to do last words? It's up to you. It's fine.
Your time is past. Last words. Okay. You give us our last words since you have all the wisdom.
Oh, what?
You have the wisdom.
Oh, the last word. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, what we've been talking about, of course, is the holidays. It is not going to be easy if you're going through grief, and that is okay. I think that's the big thing. You don't have to be okay.
Wow. That's a good one right there. You don't have to be okay.
You don't have to be okay. You don't have to pretend like everything is all right. And I'm preaching to myself. Like, cause I do that all the time. It's just, you know, how you doing? I'm fine. You're not. And that's okay. If this is a holiday for you, that this is new in terms of the grief, you lost somebody this year you were very close to, trying to figure it out, know that you're not alone, that there are a lot of people out there that have lost someone, but it does not minimize your loss. And you don't have to pretend like you need to be okay just because other people are also going through grief. I look at the world and I say, there's lots of different little teeny worlds in our world. And if your world has shattered this year, that's okay. Just know that my world has also been rocked and shattered this year. And I have to now understand what the holidays are going to look like for me and my family moving forward. And I will be praying for you that you're able to get to a new normal, start some new traditions, take things slowly, not have to answer to anybody or anything, and just take care of you. And I pray that moving forward, in the midst of your grief, that you learn how to then take some of the pressure off of your loved ones that are behind you when it's your time to go. So let's navigate this together, but then also learn from this. I believe that God takes us through particular seasons, not just so that we can grow and be stronger eventually, but that we can learn from them and teach the next person as well. So just to everybody out there that's struggling, I love you, I'm there with you, and it's okay to not be okay.
Wow. Hey, ain't nothing else for me to say. It's okay not to be okay. Yeah. And if people aren't strong enough to allow you not to be okay, find some support through counseling or find you some other friends who are stronger. But again, you don't have to put a lot of pressure on the people around you who are in your personal life. You can go to someone, like she said, you don't know, go to a counselor, a professional, so they can help walk you through this process. And a lot of people who are counselors, pastors and leaders, we have to go to counselor, because when you learn what you learn in psychology and what you learn in counseling is when you counsel people, you taking a lot of that stuff in, so you need to go to someone else to release it. And some of us aren't professional counselors, but we counsel our neighborhood, we counsel our moms, our dads, our kids, our co-workers. And even though we're not a professional counselor, we taking in so much stuff and we need to release it, because we need to have somebody else. Because when you listen to someone's problems, if you're not a heartless person and not trained on how to keep it on the outside of you, because when you go through counseling class, and when you learn how to go to take psychology, like that was my master's in, they teach you how to keep this stuff outside of yourself and compartmentalize yourself. But if you're not trained to do that, you're definitely consuming and taking in a lot of other people's problems. So understand this: when you are the matriarch or the patriarch of the family, or whoever you may be in leadership in the neighborhood, in your family, at your job, please, please, please understand that sometimes you need to talk to someone too, to get the grief out of you that you've taken in, not only just in your own life, but by helping other people. All right, this Bring the Smoke.